Well, day 5 of working on the truck, and just me and Chad. Everybody else had to return to their normal lives. So today we are working on a fuel issue, clutch slip, and brake valve, relay valve that was stuck. So we think we got all that done. And what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get underneath. We're gonna check the adjustment on the clutch, and we're gonna start this thing up, and I'm gonna drive it and see if it's good to go. So for now, yeah, real nice.
Can't run a truck.
My buddy gave me that.
I heard that guy was an asshole.
He is. You see Chad's ass crack up there?
Yeah. Are you getting a good view?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I can see your tonsils.
Can you?
Oh yeah. So Chad's up in there making one little adjustment, and then he's coming back out.
Oh.
Done.
Here, I'm gonna hand you the gun.
Hand me that gun right through that hole.
Stick it right here.
You gotta give me a little bit more.
It is my ass crack.
Let me see up. Yeah, it is.
It's not that much.
It's not that much. Yeah, it's just a little bit. Let's see Chad get out of there.
This is how we come out.
We climb up them monkey bars.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, we did. What were you doing in there, Chad?
I don't know, tightening something.
Yeah.
Didn't tighten down.
Said tightening something I didn't tighten down. Nice.
It's always nice to have a small, skinny guy on your side.
Right?
Because I'll send you a clip. Watch how we did the fuel.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thing here.
No doubt. Okay, guys. So look, this video is not going to be great because I don't have a video. I don't have a way to mount you. But we're going to go for a drive, and we're going to see what's up. So I don't have my microphone. We're taking the truck for a drive right now. Don't expect me to handle you very well because, well, I don't have my microphone or my phone mount. We didn't expect to be driving today, but here we are. We're taking this back to the Airbnb. Chad's gonna follow me in the TRX. Hopefully, you know, everything goes smooth on the ride over. This road's super bumpy, so we're just gonna chill and go slow. I wish I could get you more of a positive angle, but it is what it is for right now. There behind the dash, just like I knew you would be. But you know, while we're on this bumpy road, we're just gonna cruise kind of slow. Just didn't take it easy. It's a couple miles long. One thing I did notice is it drains the fuel back, so we may have to put a check valve in. Man. Also, the jake brakes don't work from inside the truck, so we're gonna maybe mess around with the jake wiring. But for now, this road is a very, very bumpy 2-track, so I'm gonna switch you off for now. And I'll pick you back up on the tarmac. See ya.
Oh, look who I found on the side of the road. sir?
Well, blue radiator line, coolant line, so I'm trying to get the cleanest water I can get for some spare.
Ah, I see.
Just took a couple of hoses and shortened them up to fix the one that was broke. And now, like I said, I'm just getting some water
Out of a puddle.
Yeah. Just about down to the last little bit.
Yeah. Every time you pull it in and out, it gets a little mucky.
Yeah. A little bit of dirt won't hurt, but I don't want a bunch of big grass.
As that one blade of grass like tries desperately to get in there.
Trying so hard to get in there.
That one full yet? Almost. Move it to more level ground. It's starting to rain. Yeah.
Yeah, go do that. And text Levin and tell him we drink. Hey, what's up guys? So it's super windy today. It's hot, but it's super windy, so you're gonna hear the noise. Nothing I can do about it. The truck's in a horrible spot to be do anything. We did move the truck a couple of miles. We did blow a heater hose, so we had a roadside repair. Then we drove it home with no wipers in the pouring down rain. We only had half the brakes hooked up. We found a fitting that I had snapped on.
Put it in your pocket. Seriously. Don't give that to nobody else.
Put this in the console of the truck.
I'd noticed the back axle was locking up, but the front axle was not doing anything. We did come up with a plan to fix that today. Chad's on his way to get some pieces. We got the cab jacked up. We have a fuel delivery problem. We're going to take all the fuel lines off, run them uptown, get all new fuel lines put on. We get the valve covers off, double check the injectors. I've got 3 if I need to change any. Right now we're creating a backup fuel system, so if we get in a pinch out on the highway, we can just change some lines. We're going to have it hooked up with a relay, toggle switch, electric pump, all new hoses and stuff off of that. So if we are having problems with the mechanical pump, we can just switch over to the electric. We don't want any trouble on the highway. I'll be a lot more confident when we get the other brakes working. It's just one of those things where, you know, a bad fitting got overlooked and then it popped off on the first drive and I didn't notice. Chad's going to get the windshields all done up. He's going to fix the gas pedal. The pedal is sticking to the floor, and it's got big plush carpet in there, so it's really hard to heel the pedal back up. And it's, you know, there's a lot of things going on, and the pedal sticking is the last thing we want. We're also going to hook the Jake brakes up to a toggle switch. Currently, the Jakes do not work when you let off the throttle, and I think it's because there's a micro switch somewhere that's not working. So we're just going to old school flip a switch just for the ride home. We're trying super hard to get it done today. I'll get you over there closer. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt because you really can't see anything that I'm doing up close. My head camera is dead, and so I won't be able to get that up in there. But basically what I'm doing right now, and of course I park the truck in the only spot there's mud. So I've got some wires coming over from that new pump. I'm going to install a relay here on this back wall. While these wires come in, go into the relay. Chad's getting me a fuse holder so we can have this circuit fused in case anything goes wrong. We just pop the fuse. This is a pretty heavy duty pump, so we don't really have to worry about it not keeping up. We have more than enough capacity with this pump. So basically it's just going to be, you know, hooking it up and hooking up a toggle switch in the truck, which, you know, there's already plenty of toggle switches in there, but I'm just going to have a separate one just for this fuel pump because it's going to be something we take out anyway. So we've got to build a battery box. We're using straps nut right now for battery hold downs, and we're going to cut a small tote, and we'll cut it so it fits on here nice, and we'll use bungees to hold it on. You have to have a battery cover. That's a big deal. We have problems with the cab jack, but you know what? We don't have the pump. We got 2 pumps. Both of them are bad. It goes up but don't come down. So when we take it down, we make a mess. So we're going to find a way to make a catch system so we can catch the fluid that comes out when we put it down. Other than that, guys, it's just going to be wiring and stuff. So I'll try and check in from time to time. And we'll just let you watch. I need to move this thing. After Chad gets here with the brake piece we need, we'll hook up that, we'll get it started, and we'll back it up till we're not in the mud, because this is annoying. And Chad don't like getting dirty. Chad don't like getting dirty, so we're going to try and keep Chad clean. And by the way, we've got the cab down on the cab lock, and I got a board in there, so if something fails, it's going to come down on that 4x4 just like yesterday. So it's super safe. I'm not worried about it. Yes. Switch on, it completes the ground circuit to the pull-in coil. Then what happens is what?
It is facing this way.
Is it recording?
Yeah. It's been recording for 3 minutes.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just did 5 minutes of filming the wrong direction. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm rigging up relays. I'm doing a Jake brake relay and an auxiliary fuel pump relay. We're going to try and use the factory fuel pump to do the job, but we keep having an intermittent zero fuel pressure. And so either it's sucking the line shut or something's happening. So we are going to replace all the fuel lines today, but as a precautionary thing, I'm plumbing in the Airmotive A1000 fuel pump as a backup, and I'm going to have it already all the electric done. So the only thing I'm going to need to do is, if we have a problem with the fuel pump, we'll get down, we'll swap 2 hoses, and we'll flick it on, and we'll keep driving. The other thing I'm doing is the Jakes. All right, so what I did was I mounted these 2 relays on the back here, and I got my 2 grounds. Now I've got a lot of extra cable in here until I get it worked out, but I got my 2 grounds. I'm going to take these 2 wires and I'm going to cut them off, and I'm going to plumb in put these 2 together. I'm going to go a little extra because I'd rather cut it and have them too long and have to worry about the extra than to cut it too short. So I'll take those and I'll put them together in one of these, and I'll put it on the 87. And what's going to happen is, when I trip the relay with the ground, it's going to energize the coil, and it's going to pull the power off of 30 into 87. And Jakes are going to fire. And that's cool. You know, people like Jakes firing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these 2 wires together in one of these prong connectors, or I don't know what you call these things. One of these connectors, blade connectors, that's it. Female blade connector. Damn, I've been trying to put my tongue on what these were called all day. But female blade connectors. You guys know why they're called females? Because they're smarter than the males. Okay, and so I'm going to run these wires up behind the batteries. And I'm going to put the Jake wires, I'm going to put the Jake wire on the inside one on the 87 prong. Okay? Put it right here. Okay, I wonder which one is the actual pull-in coil. I guess what I could do is test it, right? Dang it. Yeah, I think this is the pull-in coil. Dang it. I'm gonna look just to make sure. So I'm not sure where I left off there. So I'm just gonna repeat it. I had to redo the relays because I had I had wired it according to the cover, and that's not correct. It's turned. So the two blades that come out like this, that's the relay coil. So that's where your hot and negative go to pull it over. The ones that go like this, that's the circuit. That's the circuit that it completes. So I had to switch those around. Now I'm hooking up the ground to the electric fuel pump, and that's the only ground wire we need to hook up. The rest of it down here is going to be power wires. Now I'm going to pull some of this black wire back up into the cab. That's the ground trigger wire for the pull-in coil, and I'll get those switches installed in the dash, and bing bang boom, Bob's your uncle, you know. So we'll use zip ties here, and then, you know, some zip ties right here. Okay, that gave me about 6 more inches that can go inside the cab. All right, now let's see what we can do, what we can see up in the cab. So I'm going to climb up in there. I'm going to see, these are my wires. These right here are my wires for my toggle switches. And so I'm going to put these up through the dash. Okay. And then I'm going to create just a little bit of slack so they can make the bend. Up we go. And so we should have plenty of wire to get there. I'm probably going to take this dash off right here, and I'll go up behind it and over into this switch panel. So I'm going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and this should make it. Yeah, it'll make it just fine. And now when I come back in, I'll bring you up with me. Because the cab's up, and it's kind of awkward to be up in the cab when the cab is up, you know. We need to fix the fuel pressure gauge on this thing because it's super annoying. The fuel pressure gauge is at about 92 with no fuel pressure, and then with fuel pressure it runs all the way around to the 0. So if that scale is correct, it's about 30, 10, 20, 30, that's about 40 psi on that scale. But it's just super annoying because you can't really see, you know, you're guessing. Look at those dead spiders. Wow. That is amazing. I don't know what they are. I think they're brown recluse. There's a bunch of dead brown recluse spiders in there. I'll get one for you so you can see. I think this is I think that's a brown recluse. I don't know. Been dead a long time. There's also mud dauber nests up in there, you know, up in the wiring. So we'll get that nest to pop off. We'll get rid of it. We're going to be finding those nests off and on a lot, probably. Bunch of wires cut in half back here. Who knows what they used to be for, but I mean, there is a literal ton of wires just chewed off in the back of these gauges. But you know, it's okay. That's okay. So I'm gonna reach my hand back in there. Hopefully nothing thinks I'm attractive enough to bite. There's a lot of ants in this truck. And I think it's because I had her peanut buttered up, you know. Okay. There's 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay. All right. All right. And then we go in behind here. We've already had this one up, so we know there ain't nothing in here but some wires, so we just be very gentle. We go over there, grab these 2 wires. All right, now there's my wires. Now I can put this dash piece back in. And I actually like this dash better than Trisha's dash. It's put together better. We'll do a comparison, but I really like it. It's nice. Well, that thing came to a screeching halt, didn't it? I'd really like to have low air warning, but you know, these things just break right off, and that makes me so mad. Guys, I just wanted to share with you the view, and this place is really cool. It's in Harrison. It's near Harrison, Arkansas, Green Forest, Arkansas. It is Airbnb. It's about $175 a night. The house is gorgeous. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Nice breezeway, grill. Look at the view. And you sit in the front room and drink your coffee, and this is what you look out of. Now, they do raise cows, so it is nature out here, but it's just gorgeous. And you know, if any of you guys ever want to come up in this area, let me know, or hit chat up. We both got the contact info for the people who own the place, and it really is nice. A little windy today, we're just about knocked out on everything we need to do. Chad's making it so the gas pedal doesn't stick to the floor anymore. And oh, there goes the phone. Bam! There it was. All right, guys, long 3-hour trip into town to get some hoses made, but here they are. It's about $450 worth of fuel hoses, so we're gonna get them on. I won't be able to video because my phone's almost dead, but anyways, there's all new fuel hoses. You can see up here they're all discombobulated. And let's get to town. I'm gonna get her done. We'll see in a bit. All right, so storms are moving in. It's been an all-day job. I just got all the fuel lines changed because we had that fuel starvation problem. Hopefully that'll be the fix. If not, we got the electric plumbed in. I'm just doing some wiring now. I had to get some fuse holders so that if anything happened, it would blow the fuse rather than burn the truck down. And then almost start it up and see how it runs. I'm gonna start up, see how it runs, fill up some air, double check those brakes, and test the jakes. And Chad's got to run to town and get some more 2¼ inch hose. We went to town and bought everything they had, and we omitted that one particular size of hose, and so we're just trying to change the radiator hoses and get this thing rolling. Otherwise, that's that. So as the cab is sitting on the cab stand, the sun is sitting on the other side of the mountains, and it's fixed to get real dark and real gloomy. And that's it for today, guys. We're gonna drive this thing home. If the weather's not horrible tomorrow, we're gonna leave and get a couple hours behind us tomorrow. If the weather's horrible, we're gonna enjoy tomorrow, and then we'll leave the next day. We'll talk to you. What's up, guys? So we ran down to get some gas. The fuel problem was fixed, we thought, and we're sitting here. It was sitting here running, putting fuel in, started running worse, and then all of a sudden here we were. So we hooked up the electric fuel pump, and we're heading back to the house. So we'll see you back at the house. Hey, how's it going, guys? So the sun is coming up high in the sky. It was there was a hard frost here last night, so that's kind of cool, and it's starting to warm up already. I got my America shirt on, I got my America hat on, I'm all cammed up, ready to go. You see that old girl in the background, she's getting ready to make her trip, and we're projecting an effortless, easy 12-hour drive. Shouldn't be bad. We're gonna stop by the tire shop where I bought the tires. They're gonna run over the lug nuts real quick, make sure they're good to go, and we're gonna hit the road.
We'll be trucking.
We'll see you. All right, so she's running, starting right up. So hopefully everything's good. We ended up with the bags leaking down for some reason. That's first thing I've seen. When we first put them on and aired it up the first time, they'd been hard for the whole time, and then all of a sudden last night they got soft. But it is what it is. We're getting ready. Let's go do this. Well, there goes Jessica. She's getting up in there. Oh yeah. We got it all loaded up. We're getting ready to get up in there. Don't fall out of there now, little girl. Put your trucker hat on. Right on. There's Chad. You ready to go, bro?
Do it.
All right, let's do it.
What time it is?
That's what, you know what time it is.
I'll be doing it.
All right, man, here we go. Maiden voyage. Let's see what happens. Hey, you got the mount for the windshield? Where is it? What? Okay. Guns in there, cats in here.
Oh, the seatbelt is disgusting. Ugh.
Both sides go up.
Okay.
It's a split. How's traffic coming from behind the truck?
I don't see anything from it for now.
Look out your window.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're still good. You're good. There's something coming, but it's around the turn, so we're good.
Yeah, you're still good.
Hi, baby. I know you
You
want
got one coming up behind you. He's slowing down.
I'm gonna motion him around here a second.
Right on.
What?
What's the wait?
You good, bro? Nice and wide. There you go, crank it over there. You got it.
Alright, Bubba, you ready to come out?
Not yet.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, Papa said no.
Well, guys, we're on the way. It's gonna be a little jiggly, you know, because you're on a long, winding road. We got Odin here, Jessica's over there. This is a maiden voyage. We got Chad on the CB, so everything feels good mechanically. We're gonna go on into town and go to Whirly Tire, get the tires redone. Give me directions to Whirly Tire on your GPS, babe.
How do you spell that?
WORLEY.
Turn left.
The Jakes are so quiet in this. Listen, this truck is quiet, isn't it, Mama? Hi, Bubby. He wants to get up there on that top bump.
At the stop sign, turn left onto US 62.
He doesn't even know they're in the top part.
Well, we're gonna end up having to get a new mic because this one ain't staying connected well. But we'll see what we do.
Is it going?
Yep.
I know.
Does your GPS show your mile per hour?
Not on this one.
Oh.
I can do it on waves.
I think the ride is better. I put the airbags up a little bit. It feels like the ride is a lot better.
Speed limit's 35 and you're going 40.
Okay.
43.
How's that riding, Chad? Good?
Yeah, feels right. There's a little bounce back here, but I'm used to having heavy shit on my fifth wheel bounce around like that. So far, everything looks okay.
Roger. Yeah.
I think we'll be alright though.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna get you off the camera for now. I'm gonna get the GPS going as my speedometer because the speedometer in the truck is unreliable, and we'll find a better way that ain't so jiggly. But so far, so good. See ya. Steering wheel straight.
On the road again.
What up, guys? Well, we're about 30 minutes into the trip. We stopped and we got some extra fuel filter. We filled the fuel tank up on this. We filled the fuel tank up on the TRX. So far, we're doing good. The truck's got a little bit of connection. I'm not sure that the alignment's proper. But as far as just cruising at 60, it's doing okay. I don't think I want to... What is that?
You're hitting the white line.
Oh, okay. It's like, shit. As far as, boy. As far as taking out on the highway going 75, I don't think we're gonna do that today. My kitty's disappointed. He doesn't like being in his box. But, we're gonna keep him in there for an hour probably just in case.
Too bumpy to let him out right now.
What?
Too bumpy to let him out.
Yeah. I mean, if he got back there on the bed and stayed laid down, he'd be fine.
But he won't.
Going about 45, it's a 49, it's a 45 zone, so.
Sick.
What, Mama?
Nothing.
What you said?
Said disgusting.
Yeah, and you're gonna get rained on by those probably, because that's just the way these old trucks are.
Hi, baby. My lemon Danish is gone.
What?
No.
Oh, it's probably behind your seat or behind mine.
Probably behind yours.
I'll have you look for it once
Oh,
we're
I
on the
found it.
highway. My wife got snacks. Jessica got snacks.
It's breakfast.
Let me have a suck off that soda pop. Hope you don't get me sick. it's a front end shop, we might just pop in there and say, hey, can you check it out? You know.
Hey there, YouTube. Sicky here, reporting to you live. We've been driving for an hour. We still have 10 hours to go. We just stopped to check a hub seal. I don't know if that's right. And now we're back on it. I think we gotta drive for like 40 minutes on this road before we turn off in Little Rock. And I think that's when the adventure will really start. So Odin is back there on a little shelf. He found a hidey hole. He's driving with his cut-off shirt, looking like a real trucker. Feeling good in the neighborhood? Okay.
What up, guys? Just following Chad through the mountains. Truck's doing fine. It's got a little conniption. About 60, same as Trisha. I'm used to it. We just stay off 60 and be fine. Chad's up ahead. Got a load on that TRX. We got her squatting. Best we can do with what we got to work with, so it's going to tick off miles. Shows we got about 8 hours. Shows we got about 9 hours, 45 minutes to go. Dang. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're gonna see some beautiful countryside. We may stop someplace once it gets dark, you know. We ain't running these lights in the dark. But we'll see what happens. Turn at like 5 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour. Fuel pump is good to go.
Well,
You
Odin,
sure this isn't yours?
that's yours.
Why
What do
was
you
the thing
think?
open?
Yep, he's been driving for a while, huh? How you feeling, Odie? See me? I got it.
He's indifferent. Hey, what's up, guys? Still doing the same thing we've been doing. Just under 5 hours to go. 293 miles. Tired. Been a long day already. Just ready to be done with the trip. I'll probably go live again in an hour or so. It's about 7:25 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be 1 a.m. when we get home.
about being in the car the last 6 hours?
Yeah, he likes it.
Yeah.
He does. Look at him.
How you feel about being in the car the last 6 hours?
I don't really mind, but I'm just tired. I'm gonna be dragging butt once the lights go out.
We only got 5 hours to go.
2 hours till it's dark, so the last 3 hours will be in the dark.
Oh
That's gonna suck.
man, we need coffee. I haven't had any coffee today.
Well, when we stop for fuel next, which is in about 2 hours, we'll get coffee.
We'll have a party in the truck.
Yeah, little box. All right, I don't have anything else to say.
Okay. The mirror's gotten very dirty.
How you doing back there, bro? All right, guys, here it comes. $12 hours. 12 hours and 670 miles. And she's here. Marla pulls into the shop. All right, guys, so it's here. We made it. We used about 2 gallons of oil. Everything else went pretty well. I'm freezing. I'm tired. Chad's tired. We're both grumpy, and we'll hit you back up tomorrow.